What's up, guys? Today on People Now, Good Morning Facebook Live.
I can't believe he singled out Matt Damon's.
Whoops.
What exactly is Matt Damon better at that's got Ben Affleck twisted?
Kim is about to make her first trip overseas since her terrifying robbery in Paris.
How does Princess Kate always manage to look amazing in her winter coats?
We've got her secret weapon.
Vanessa and I always kind of in the back of our minds wanted 3 kids, I think.
Exclusive.
Nick Lachey reveals details about his newborn son, Phoenix.
Plus,
our biological dad used food as a babysitter.
The twins from My 600-Pound Life join us live.
good morning, Facebook Live and People.com. So much to get to today. We are talking to 98 Degrees legend Nick Lachey about baby number 3. And our question of the day is, what's your favorite 90s boy band memory? Now, whether your jam was New Kids on the Block, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Boyz II Men, 98 Degrees with Lachey, whatever it is, we want to hear from you. Comment on Facebook Live below. Can't wait to read your comments live right here on the show. But first, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. I've got another sweet throwback for you. Carrie Fisher's daughter, Billie Lourd, shared a very touching throwback photo of her and her mother on Instagram Wednesday. The photo shows the two sitting next to each other and smiling in what appears to be the back of a car. Billie captioning the photo first with one of her mom's famous quotes, writing, "If my life weren't funny, then it would just be true, and that is unacceptable." Adding her own, "Finding the funny might take a while, but I learned from the best, and her voice will forever be in my head and in my heart." Lourd's post comes just weeks after her mother and grandmother, legendary actress Debbie Reynolds, both passed away just one day apart. The actress has largely kept away from social media other than to thank everyone for their well wishes and prayers. And Lourd's received an outpouring of support, notably from many of her Scream Queens co-stars, including Taylor Lautner, who she was seen with on Monday in Los Angeles. A source telling People Lautner was a great guy and has really been there for Billie. Moving on to this, so who do you think has the best Boston accent ever in film? Was it Ben Affleck in Good Will Hunting? Maybe his brother Casey Affleck in Manchester by the Sea? If you haven't seen it yet, you need to see it. Well, sports writer Bill Simmons recently said that Matt Damon had the best Boston accent in Good Will Hunting. Do you agree? Leave us your comments below. We'll battle it out there. But check out what Ben Affleck said when he weighed in on Bill Simmons' remarks. Watch this.
Mine in Good Will Hunting. Way better than Matt's. I can't believe he singled out Matt Damon's. It's better than mine? I know. Did he see the movie? Casey's pretty good. Casey's in Manchester by the Sea is pretty good. Boom! That brings us to this year, Manchester by the Sea, Casey Affleck, coming on strong. He didn't need any advice from me. He's got it all under control. He's on cruise control. He's doing great. He's handling it great, and I just am pulling for him. It's just so exciting to see a guy who I always knew was so talented. I mean, I put him in my first movie as the lead. I knew what he could do. And to see him get the opportunity to stretch and play that range and do all those interesting things with that character, I feel like, I don't know, it just makes me happy.
I don't know. Who has it?
I don't know.
I think Casey does a good job of it.
I think so too, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
all right, well, Facebook Live, we are here. We are listening to you. We want to hear what you think of the latest celeb news so far, so comment below now. And our Throwback Thursday Facebook question of the day is, what's your favorite 90s boy band memory?
What's yours?
Oh, probably bad. Yeah.
Tanisha was all about Boyz II Men in the 90s.
Okay.
Down on bended knee. I'm not going to sing every single one.
Yeah, we won't. New Kids on the Block getting a lot of love on Facebook. Amy and Jamie both love the boys.
All right, Kelly going a little more old school. Loves Jackson 5. Like the OG original kind of boy band. Margot says good morning from snowy Portland, Oregon.
Ooh.
Hello, Margot.
Well, I love boy bands. I wish they are going back on tour a little bit, some of them, so
I'll tell you why she's such a fan right now is because you got to hang out with former 98 Degrees boy band member, the one and only Nick Lachey, just recently right here.
Jeremy. And you guys, it might not be 98 degrees outside, but the People Now studios were definitely heating up to that temperature inside when the one and only Nick Lachey stopped by. See what I did? I've got jokes.
So good.
Well, Nick, who just welcomed a little baby boy a few short weeks ago, opened up about life as a dad to 3 adorable kids, son Camden, daughter Brooklyn, and newborn Phoenix, explaining how fatherhood is a lot like basketball and why he is the biggest pushover when it comes to the kids. Check this out.
Well, people tell you switch from the man to zone defense, and it's true. I mean, right now, he's just newborn, so it's more about mom than it is about dad. But the cool thing about that is it's given me a lot of time to spend with the other two and pal around with Camden and Brooklyn. So it's Vanessa and I always kind of in the back of our minds wanted 3 kids, I think. So. Here we are at 3, and it's awesome. I mean, family's great.
But I know you just had Phoenix, but would you have more than 3 kids? Have you talked about it? Is it an option?
I've given up, short of a surgical procedure. I guess it's always an option, but yeah, I've given up on trying to predict these things, apparently there's a way to make babies, and we're fairly good at it, so you never know. But I think right now 3 feels like a very good number.
Okay, but you're not set in stone, so there could be more Lacheys in the future.
There always could be, but let's assume that that's not going to happen.
All right. Well, when it comes to your kids, though, who's the bigger pushover, mom or dad?
Oof. In different ways. I mean, like, there's definitely something to the daddy's girl thing. I mean, my daughter can have her way with me pretty easily.
Yeah.
Although she's now turning 2, and it's starting to get to be like the terrible 2s where you gotta put the hammer down a little bit.
It's kind of switching from cute to okay, this is not okay.
Oh, she's still adorable. I mean, she's adorable when she's screwing up. You know what I mean? So no, it's I'd say I'm probably a slightly bigger pushover.
Okay, you gotta love a man that gets mushy around his kids. You have to. Well, the 90s heartthrob also revealed that one of his children may be following in his father's boy band footsteps. We hope. Watch this.
Camden loves to sing. So this summer when we were touring, he came out and we literally did the whole routine to Because of You, and he came out and followed Dad around stage and sang, and you could tell that music is definitely something he's into. And that's what's cool. You don't know what your kids are going to be drawn to, or what's going to excite them and what's going to motivate them. So it's cool to see their personalities develop and see the things that that they kind of lean towards. And I think as parents, it's our job to support those things and try and encourage them in those areas. So it's fun to just kind of see how it all kind of evolves. What's really cool is they're all so different in their own ways, and you don't really see that until they start to get older and get their personality. But they're all so unique and different, and you love the different things about them in different ways.
Love Nick Lachey. Also love the Royals. Have you seen the Royal Princess's latest winter looks? Well, Princess Kate stepped out in style Christmas morning in one of her favorite coats, and her fashionable secret weapon, well, she accessorized the chestnut wool piece with a leather belt and faux fur collar. Really knows how to put it all together. Watch this. Princess Kate, always looking good.
Always looking good.
Guys, we do this every single Thursday. With that, we are following all the Royals this morning. I'm joined by People Now's Royal correspondent, the lovely and honorable Imogen Lloyd-Webber is here, everybody. So glad to have you.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. Gotta love Kate's fashion, right?
Absolutely.
But let's get cracking on this. Prince William kicking off his royal duties for the year and following in his late mother's footsteps, visiting the charity Centerpoint, one of UK's leading homelessness charities for 16 to 25-year-olds. Now, Prince William and Princess Kate also showed their support for children and families who have suffered bereavement at the Child Bereavement UK Center. Imogen, can you talk a little about the Child Bereavement Program and its close relationship to Prince William and Princess Diana?
So Child Bereavement UK is a cause close to Prince William's heart. The charity's founding patron, Julia Samuel, was a great friend of Princess Diana, and Julia is actually one of Prince George's godparents.
Okay.
During this week's visit, William comforted a 9-year-old girl who'd lost her dad to pancreatic cancer, telling her, quote, "I lost my mummy when I was very young too." He went on to say, quote, "Do you speak about your daddy? It's very important to talk about it. Very, very important." Now, Jeremy, it's extremely rare for William to discuss Princess Diana's death in public, so you can see how much the cause really means to him.
Yeah, some heartbreaking stories there, and glad that he's able to play that kind of role. Prince William, Prince Harry have lost their mother, Princess Diana, at a very young age, of course. Are there other programs and events that the royal brothers actively participate in or attend in honor of their mother? What kind of things?
So the late Princess Diana is really on many levels their guiding light when it comes to the brothers' charitable interests. Prince William has been patron of the homeless charity Centrepoint, which you mentioned earlier, since 2005. It's the first patronage he took over from his mum after she died. He was inspired by her years of work with them. And of course, Prince Harry founded his African charity, Centre Bali, which means Forget Me Not, in honour of Princess Diana back in 2006. It works to help the huge number of people affected by HIV/AIDS, a cause which was very close to the princess's heart.
It certainly was. The royal mom of two, Princess Kate, has also stepped back into her royal duties for the year. The Duchess of Cambridge took to London's Anna Freud Center for Children and Families to highlight early intervention for young children with mental health issues. She tells families parenting is tough. Now, Imogen, can you talk a little bit about Princess Kate's involvement with this charity?
So Princess Kate has been very hands-on with the Anna Freud Centre and is having a real impact when it comes to children's mental health. This week, the British Prime Minister Theresa May was talking about how it can be improved. Princess Kate's work is shaping the national conversation, and that's one of the main jobs of the royal family, putting a spotlight on good causes. Princess Kate is all about making sure that the support is there for mums. They can look after the emotional well-being of their kids.
Makes a lot of sense. It's very sweet that the royal couple continues to show their love and support for these programs and to share their own personal stories with the families, especially since Prince William's late mother, Princess Diana, was also very involved with all those charities. Sure, it creates a very special memory for the royal family and for all the families that they touch along the way. Imogen, thank you so much again for being here. And guys, that is your royal record for today. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, guys, are you looking for a show with some vampires, warlocks, and I don't know, even some humans with angel blood? Well, then look no further than Shadowhunters, which is back for season 2. The show airs Monday nights on Freeform. It's our Toyota People Pick of the day. Now, when 2 of the show's stars, Alberto Rosende and Matthew Daddario, stopped by the People Now studio, they talked all about their relationship drama and what happens on the show, what fans can expect this season. Watch this.
It's bloody. It's bloody.
It gets
Bloody?
very bloody
Okay.
this year.
But it's touching.
Touching.
And
you pull these one words, bloody.
Bloody, touching.
And people always try to get us to describe the season in 3 words, and those are 2 words that I haven't heard that I think are great.
yeah,
Bloody,
Bloody,
touching.
touching.
How about love affair? Is that in there anywhere?
Oh.
Yes, there's a lot of love.
To us.
Matthew.
Yes.
You played a Shadowhunter, Alec.
Yes.
You're in a relationship with Magnus.
Correct.
Why do you think fans are so obsessed with this relationship between you two?
Because it's a true loving relationship between 2 great people. That's the honest truth. I mean, there's a lot of difficulty in them getting together, and I think people relate to that. But at the same time, I think really what it is that Alec is a good guy who's really interested in the well-being of others, and Magnus is, well, he's complex, but he's good.
Okay.
But he's complex, and he's old. You know, he's very old,
But complex.
but complex.
He's very wise.
Give me a little snapshot for this season. Are they still in the honeymoon phase? Where does this all sort of live in terms of just like how they're feeling?
I can say this. I can say that we get to the honeymoon phase.
Okay. Speaking of relationships, Alberto, do you think Simon ever has a chance of becoming involved with Clary?
He certainly hopes so. But he's constantly trying to play the line. How much do I tell her without ruining the foundation of friendship that we've taken our whole lives to build? So it's like that giant leap. And I think them both being in this world, Clary kind of in this place where she's like, I don't feel like I'm a part of either world. Simon kind of feels that way too. So I think kind of coming to terms with that, they can maybe move forward.
All right. At what point are people going to most be like, what? What?
Okay, as is the case on Shadowhunters all the time, things always get worse. It's just sort of an ongoing theme.
Okay.
Well, for some characters, because I
Well,
think...
briefly you can sort of, it's like da-da-da-da, and then briefly you have some high, and then from there's your new plateau, and you gotta go up,
Gotta go back
up and
down.
you know. But
no one ever stays stagnant. It's always
Great guys. I can't wait to see what happens next season. Stay with us, guys. Meet our Thursday hero who is helping give students the opportunity to make a difference in third world countries. Plus, the twins from My 600-Pound Life join us live this morning. Stick around.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo, one George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
It's time now to meet a real-life hero among us. Gabby Gorbani started Pledge to Humanity. It's a nonprofit that recognizes the power of youth in helping others. Pledge to Humanity works to inspire the younger generation to make a difference both locally and globally. From kids volunteering to make sandwiches for a nursing home in their area to building schools in third world countries. Well, Gabby is joining us now via Skype. Hello, Gabby. How are you?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. So, Gabby, let's start off. You saw a lot of poverty when you were growing up in Mexico, and you would help whenever you could. Then you came to the U.S. at 18 and began planting seeds for Pledge to Humanity. What made you finally start the organization in 2009?
Well, since I was a young mother, I always felt the need to get my own children involved, to get them involved in things that matter. And that's one of the things that was very important to me as a young mother. And eventually, I started to get more and more kids involved. I know children are very capable of making a difference in people's lives. And I just couldn't wait to get more and more kids involved. And that's really how Pledge to Humanity started.
I love that. And one of the biggest missions is teaching kindness. I mean, you always want to make sure that everyone is kind to one another. Since you've started, are there any people that you've helped that really stick out to you and make you want to take Pledge to the next level?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I do believe in the tremendous potential children and youth have. And so I think throughout our volunteer opportunities in Pledge to Humanity, we give kids tools to go out there and suddenly be able to express kindness, compassion, empathy, and then they get hooked on giving. And so I do have many stories of kids starting their own Pledge to Humanity ambassadors groups. They get their friends to volunteer on the weekends, wanting to continue to travel overseas with us, and even being interested in studying social issues when they go to college. So I think I have so many examples, but definitely I'm very, very proud of them for that.
Yeah, and you've been to many different countries with Pledge to Humanity. You're even going to Kenya this summer, taking 30 people with you. That's amazing. The organization works really hard to make a global impact, but you're just as concerned with the local efforts. So tell me a little bit about why the local efforts may be just as critical.
Absolutely. We are extremely involved in our own communities. I want kids to know that they can make a difference today. We have plenty of needs around us, and I want them to be aware of what they can do and be able to give back again today. They do not need to wait to be overseas or be able to volunteer in any of our trips, but they have plenty of opportunities to give back in our own communities.
And
so it is extremely important for us.
Very important for you. Where do you want to see Pledge to Humanity go in the next 5 to 10 years from now?
I would love to see Pledge to Humanity in its mission of empowering our young generation to be compassionate individuals, and remind them that they do not need to be adults, they don't need to be rich or famous to be able to make a difference, to be able to change someone's life. And I just cannot stress that enough. And I would love to see Pledge to Humanity in just, as many schools as possible, in many groups, and their own sports teams, and ultimately all around the world. I would love for every child to have the opportunity to give back locally, globally, and just be mindful, mindful of the needs of others, and be able to be empowered by that knowledge, and know that they can make a difference. So that is where we would like to see Pledge to Humanity be.
Well, I love that. Thank you for everything you do, Gabby. Well, truly a real-life hero among us. And for more information, please visit pledgetohumanity.org. Thank you. It's that time again. The stars are on the move, and we're following them in today's edition of Star Treks. Well, it looks like Kim Kardashian West is on the move. The Keeping Up with the Kardashian star is en route to Dubai, posting this Instagram photo of her and Scott Disick with the caption, "On our way, #Dubai." This will be Kim's first major public appearance since her terrifying Paris robbery attack back in October. The 36-year-old reality star is expected to attend a celebrity master makeup class on Friday, but not to worry, she will be flanked by security. A source telling People she is excited about her Dubai trip. She's excited about the change of scenery and is looking forward to spending time with her fans. She will have a big security team. She isn't concerned about her safety. As of now, the kids are not coming. Well, Kim continued her social media game by posting a funny Snapchat before taking off to Dubai, showing fans that she's back to her old self with some sweet laser goggles. Check this out.
See, I got my laser goggles. You need laser goggles, so when you do like a laser treatment, so these are perfect.
Okay, I see you, Kim. Although the reality star has made a triumphant return to social media, she posted a series of intimate family photos on Instagram last week. Sources say the 3-month hiatus has done a lot of good for the star. A source telling People, taking time off after the robbery has really changed Kim, and for the better. She initially was just too shocked and traumatized to deal with anything but her kids. As time went on, she realized that she actually loved her slower life. She feels very grateful that she has been able to spend the past few months just focusing on her kids. And 17 suspects were arrested in connection to the Paris attacks on Monday. And although she still is deeply affected by the events, it's nice to see her back to her old ways. All right, guys, now on to some news from our favorite funny man, Neil Patrick Harris. Yes, Neil Patrick Harris attended the premiere of his new 8-part Netflix series, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, Wednesday night. The 43-year-old actor chatted with reporters and castmates about the new role, even opening up about this year's Oscars and whether or not he thinks friend Jimmy Kimmel will do a good job hosting the big event. Watch this.
I'm a fan of Jimmy Kimmel. I know him personally, and he is a great interviewer, and I think he will just crush it. I called him for advice when I was hosting the Oscars, and he knows his way around a joke. He knows how to tell a joke without it being too set up, punchline. He's not real jazz hands. He sort of plays every man, but he's inside Hollywood because he's friends with Matt Damon, and so he's able to make jokes at people's faces, and they still think he's a really cool guy, and you need that dynamic in a show like that.
And Neil wasn't the only castmate talking Oscars. Former Daily Show contributor Asif Manvi, who plays Uncle Monty in the series, discussed diversity and the importance of inclusion for this year's award show, especially following last year's Oscars So White controversy. Take a look at this.
We got to get some more brown in there, right? Sometimes I think people think diversity means either white or black, and that's not true. There's a whole other shades of people and colors and ethnicities and stories out there that need to be told and can tell the story of the American experience, not just through the white or black lens.
Well, definitely some interesting comments there. And besides the Oscars, Neil also talked about how fun it was playing the iconic villain, noting that he got to yell at children and get away with it. Check this out.
Super ridiculous fun playing Olaf. He's kind of that everything part that an actor gets to play. I get to be the villain, so I don't have to be relatable. I get to shout at children, which if I did in my personal life, I would be sent away from them. I get to play different characters every couple episodes, and it's based on source material that's already proven to be ironic and dark and fun and entertaining and educational at the same time.
So great. Well, congrats to Neil. We cannot wait to binge the new series. And those are your Star Treks for today.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift and Sarah Jessica Parker and Liam Hemsworth, proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story.
TLC's Season 5 premiere of My 600-Pound Life, which highlighted two brave twin sisters, Brandy and Candy's journey to finding health and happiness after undergoing gastric bypass surgery. And today, we're very happy to have Candy and Brandy here with us live to talk about that journey. Thank you so much for being here, ladies. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yes, thank you so much. I just want to say, I mean, I commend you guys. It's so brave to put yourself out there like that. Definitely can't be easy. Brandy, I mean, what made you and your sister want to document this journey? I mean, it's definitely a tough thing to go through.
Well, we've been trying to go through this process for a long time, and this just happened at the right time, and
Yeah.
Were you nervous about putting yourself on camera though for the world to see?
I was terrified
Yeah.
about going on camera, but it was a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Sure.
So we took it.
Yeah, and there's so much as we watch, and when you guys watch this, it's an incredible story. In the episode, we watch you both go through gastric bypass surgery, as we said. I know you two have made some great progress. Candy, tell me, how are you feeling today, and are you hitting the weight loss goals? Where are we at with the whole thing?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, we're not at the goal we want to be at, but we're moving that way.
And how much weight was lost during the course of the show and what you were going through until now?
Like right around 200
pounds. For each of you?
Yeah.
About the same?
We're like a couple pounds difference.
It's incredible.
It's been the entire time.
Yeah. So did you fight it out? Like, okay, who's gonna?
Yeah. And Brandy, how are you feeling with everything?
I'm good. Especially since she's way better.
Yeah, right. Well, there's so much that you went through with this. In your episode, we saw how difficult it is to not only go through gastric bypass, but also to get approved for it. Candy, before being approved for the surgery, you found out you had a heart condition. You were eventually able to go through the procedure, and the actual surgery went well. But then in recovery, your heart stopped. That was a really traumatic moment.
I love you, Candy.
Man, Brandy, watching that back, what goes through your mind when you see that moment?
I hate watching it.
Yeah,
it just brings back everything. And
yeah, and as we know, you two you're obviously your twins. You're so close, and we see that in the episode that you rely on each other. And I'm sure that you were faced with these just horrific thoughts of what life would be like if something would happen, right?
Oh yeah, I was right at the beginning. I'm like, oh God, and if something happened, it wouldn't be good for me. So.
Candy, how's your heart now? And have there been any other setbacks?
There's not been any other setbacks. It's almost like it didn't even happen. So.
Okay.
You guys are getting a lot of love on Facebook right now. We're Facebooking Live. A lot of people very inspired by your story and proud of what you've been able to accomplish. In the episode, you both say food was your happy place and was comforting. Brandy, what does food mean to you both today? Like, how has that changed, or how have you been able to make a shift in the way you view food? Or have you?
Well, yeah, I've made a shift, obviously.
Yeah.
But food doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't rule our life anymore. It's somewhat we kind of forget to eat sometimes because the hunger isn't there, so.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about exercise? Have you developed a routine for yourselves?
We do a lot of walking. And we've tried some gym. We've tried some gym stuff.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
CrossFit.
Did you do CrossFit? Why do you laugh? How did it go? What was the experience?
Oh, I mean, it was really nice. All the people were really nice, but it was terrifying.
CrossFit
It's kind of terrifying for everybody.
It can be a very intense, terrifying thing. And I know that's, you say that you get out and you walk a lot, and as we watch the episode, we realized that was not something that was always easy for you to do. So even to just get out in the community, walk out of your house and walk around, does it feel invigorating to you to just simply get out and breathe fresh air and be out and about?
Yeah, it took a while to get used to just because our anxiety and stuff, it was hard to be outside, but our dogs have to go walk.
That's the thing I noticed in the episode, that you both had a lot of anxiety. Has that gotten better with everything?
A little bit.
That's good.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
No, it's good that you're.
Gets head out.
Brandy, what's been the biggest obstacle for you since the camera stopped rolling? You guys were mentioning before we were on live here, it's only been about, 3-4 weeks, so about a month. Are you seeing new obstacles now that the cameras are gone and now you're just in real life?
Not like huge obstacles. We're still obviously staying on track and stuff, but it's just sad that the crews aren't there because they kind of replaced our family down here because we don't have anyone, and we got really close to some of them. So
Super close to the crews.
now we're all alone.
Well,
Email's always there, as is Skype and FaceTime. Let's just say it.
Yeah, we've been texting.
Well, for people that are watching and maybe feel kind of hopeless about losing weight, what's your message for them?
They just need to, stay focused, and if they really want it, it can happen.
With most addiction, if you're not ready for it, it's probably not going to work.
Yeah.
We've been ready for it, so.
But it's not a quick. The surgery is not once you have it, it's fixed. You have to work, and you have to.
Sure. Surgery is sort of like the tool to help you get there, but then you've still got to be dedicated, right? Candy, I guess lastly, let's talk about the future. Where do you both hope to see yourself, say 5 years down the road? What are the big goals that you have right now?
Well, the big goal is to be down under 200 pounds. Maybe start a career in the field I want to be in.
Sure.
Travel, explore a little bit more.
Yeah.
I Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are very inspiring, so
Yeah.
thank you so much.
But before we let you go, we really want to know, Facebook really wants to know, what would the career be? If the career of your dreams, so let's fast forward, you're down below, you get below 200 mark, what's the dream?
For me, anything pretty much in criminal justice.
Okay, criminal justice.
I like criminal justice also, or possibly healthcare. I'm kind of tossing.
Now, I like the idea of the two of you working together, even in that. Like, it's the inseparable
We're a good
twins,
team.
even in career, it would work.
Yeah, we're an excellent team, so.
There we go. I'm seeing like a reality crime show coming out of it, right? Detective solving. I'm putting it out there. All right. All right.
Well, thank you ladies so much. And you guys make sure you can watch My 600 Pound Life Wednesdays on TLC at 9, 8 Central.
And guys, it is time to check in with Facebook Live, our Throwback Thursday question of the day. So much to talk to, including that. What's your favorite 90s boy band memory? First of all, ladies, any 90s boy bands that you're in love with?
I like NSYNC.
NSYNC, of course. Okay. Bye.
Well, Samantha agrees with you. She says, NSYNC Baby. They were my first concert. Worked really hard making a poster for them, and then it got taken away. So sad. It was all okay once I heard them sing Space Cowboy.
Oh, my goodness. Oh. Then look at the hairstyles through the year, especially JT. He has come a long way. Long way, as has
I miss those days, though, I have to say.
Kelly shared this New Kids memory. She saw them in Saratoga, New York in 1990. She says, that was the concert when Donnie fell through the trap door and ended up in a local hospital. But he did recover, and he's good to go.
Michael says, fave boy band memory, Marky Mark, Calvin Kellins. Enough said. Is that right?
Yes. Or Calvin Klein. No, Calvin Klein's. He did the famous Calvin Klein ad. Yeah. It was autocorrect.
It was misspelled. You have to work on your spelling there.
Yeah, but Marky Mark did the famous Calvin Klein ads. Ladies, do you remember this? No? It was the underwear thing? No. Okay, but forget it. All right. Tracy taking things back to the 80s. She's wondering if Duran Duran counts as a boy band. I don't know. We love some Hungry Like the Wolf, I guess.
Sure.
We'll count it. If we counted Jackson 5, we can count Duran Duran. Go ahead. We'll go here before I derail.
Well, you guys also weighed in on Nick Lachey as a dad. It was amazing to have him here, by the way.
Yeah.
Tanisha says, congratulations to Nick and Vanessa.
They're the best parents in the world.
Now they have 3 adorable, adorable kids.
Yeah. Can I weigh in and say that Britney Spears should have been part of this somehow? I know she's not part of a girl band, but she was, in my mind. Or Spice Girls.
Yeah, I know. Well, I guess the theme was boy band, so.
I know, but can we broaden it out?
Maybe Spark me.
Here's what you had to say about some of our other stories. Beatrice loves Princess Kate and says she's so classy.
Very classy. Athena says Princess Kate is truly a blessing. She reminds me so much of Princess Diana.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of similarities there. Michael says she could wear a trash bag and still look great. Okay.
Okay, I believe it.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, Davina's watching in Guam and says Prince William equals Prince Charming. Ooh, he's got a crush.
I saw some doubt. No, not. Are you Royals fans?
Well, of course.
You watch? Okay, you watch. You kind of be into it. Okay. Sammy says that was brave of Prince William to talk about Mom, Princess Diana. Definitely was. He opened up there.
Marsha says Diana would love Kate. She definitely would.
Jackson says Princess Diana would be so proud of her sons. Her grace, poise, and humility is present forever
A lot
in them.
of love for the Royals, for sure. Moving on to this, Kimberly says Shadowhunters is one of her favorite shows.
Well, you better get ready, because the next season is going to be mind-blowing.
I just say those 2 boys, hot.
He's so mad that you weren't in there for that interview.
I was so mad that I didn't get to do the interview.
What's his name with the scarf was why is it
Matthew
Daddario? Yes, Matthew.
I know them better than you do.
His name escapes me
because I gave a shout out to Brandy and Candy from My 600 Pound Life. She writes, I commend the twins. Thank you for sharing this story.
Yeah, Renee says motivation. I commend y'all, Brandy and Candy.
And Dorothy says, keep going, Brandy and Candy. I watched your documentary. Don't ever give up. Being healthy is #1. Keep going towards your goal.
Jacqueline says, stay motivated, twins. Great job.
And Katie says they should get their own show. Want to follow their story. Would you guys ever do your own show?
I mean, the foundation is laid. Yeah.
Well, clearly a lot of love on Facebook, which is really cool.
It's so good to have you here.
Yes,
thank you very much, and thanks again for your inspiring story. Coming up tomorrow, guys, Jewel, the one and only, is dishing on her brand new Hallmark movie. Plus, we are cooking up something special in the kitchen with Real Housewife Dolores Catania. Woman can make a mean sauce.
Yes, thank you for
Spaghetti sauce.
watching. I know. For now, we leave you with a video diary from Joanna Raymond. She's in this year's Half Their Size issue because she lost 133 pounds. So check out how she did it. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Hi, my name is Joanne, and 3 years ago I weighed almost 250 pounds. Over the last 30 years, I've lost hundreds of pounds, but I've always gained it right back. This time I've kept the weight off for well over a year, and I'll tell you how I do it. Today's breakfast is 3/4 of a cup of plain yogurt with 1/4 of a mango and an English muffin with natural peanut butter and low sugar jam. And just for crunch, I'm putting 1/4 of a cup of Crunchy Nugget cereal on it. Our normal workout is a brisk walk of about 45 minutes, but on a cold day like today, sometimes you need to run just to keep warm. We always stop to say hi to General Trexler. And if the weather outside is too bad, I can always come down to the basement and do some elliptical. My favorite lunch is a whole wheat wrap with my version of egg salad, made with hummus instead of mayonnaise. I truly believe the secret to my success is planning every meal using the MyFitnessPal app. Drink lots of water. I never drink soda or juice. Tonight's dinner is chicken and vegetable stir fry with brown basmati rice. This is chicken that was cooked last night. We always cook enough for at least 2 meals. And the last step is to add the sauce. That's just a simple apple cider vinegar, some Worcestershire sauce, garlic, some sesame oil. The most important lesson I've learned is to never give up. I tell myself every day I'm worth the time and effort it takes to be healthy.
Hey YouTube! Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment if you enjoyed it. And for more People Now, click on the subscribe button down here.
And check out more great video right now by clicking on one of these links.